That's fine. Hello. She should be here. You know? Today? Yep. Today. It's a busy day. Yeah.
Early, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, you can see everybody up.
Tomorrow will be worse.
Schedule.
Today's like the nerves and exciting. Tomorrow's like, okay, I'm over
Yeah,
this.
it's over.
I think Rochelle's coming.
Yeah, we're good enough to be official if we have to be. Oh. Swap work schedule, so just got a 12-hour day. Yeah, that gives us half the year off. Yeah, 14-day period, we do 7 days. 1 week we do 2 days.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the board meeting tonight. I'm sure Rochelle will be here in a few minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, pledge of allegiance. Oh, where's my first one?
Sorry about that. There you go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Linda Forbes, Town Board President.
Goodbye, Lynn, Town Council Member. Problem on here.
Sarah Farmer Forbes, clerk treasurer. All right, so, even with Rochelle not here, we can still go ahead and approve the meeting minutes and things. So the first thing we're gonna start with is the approval of the minutes from July 1st meeting.
Make a motion we approve July 1st meeting.
I will second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no.
Okay. We don't have any amendments to the agenda at this point. Jay, do you have anything for today?
I have a couple things. We need to get some asphalt, patch some holes in town before the fall gets here. And also, as you drive around and look at many of the street signs, they're faded, you cannot see them, and we've had a couple incidents, and the police department has reached out to me, sheriff department, about signage, so I'm gonna work on getting a price on signs, so.
Okay.
The new state law says they have to be 6-inch tall letters, so I say get red signs with white letters, reflective letters on them. Try to somewhat keep the red and white, but
Yeah, we have something else on signs this year that we had to kind of get. There was something about signs we had to update this year, legalistic. There was something.
I know at one point we had talked about, the fire department was working on an issue with an address, and I can't think what it was. I never heard back from that email thread, did you?
No, but I believe he retired.
Oh, that might be why, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it was like last year, they had mentioned something about this year changing something.
Okay.
Sorry to be vague, I thought I remember something about.
so I'll try to get pricing. I'm
Okay.
assuming you wanna try to do it out of this year's budget for everybody. Okay. And we do it in a 2-year thing, buy them 1 year and put them up the next.
Mhm. Yeah, I think probably just depend on where the pricing comes in at.
All right, that'll work.
All right, thank you. Earl?
Needs to cool off. But not really, I didn't come out and looked at the lagoons and stuff, cause we're into that engineering firm thing, so. They just wanted an update on that, so. That's about it.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't have anything from Officer Bittinger. Chief?
Good evening. For July, we had had 21 calls for service. Another big month. 7 were fire related. 14 were EMS related. 8 were in Wingate addressing, excuse me. 11 in the New Richmond addressing. And we assisted our friends in Malott with 1 call in the fire. Let me see if I can, I was not here for the July meeting because I kind of forgot about it. I was a little busy. So if I could, I'll just go ahead and give you the numbers for June. Our June runs were 15, 4 fire, 11 EMS, 9 were Wingate, 6 were New Richmond. If memory serves, I didn't write it down, but I believe before our last couple of runs, we were at 108 for the year already. So, moving right along. Thanks to all that came to the Sweetcorn Festival over at Wingate. Thanks to somebody for donating ice. Helps a lot. We had despite the weather, we had a decent turnout and a decent event. So,
Good.
thanks to all that came over.
Thank you. Rob, do you have anything? Okay. We'll go ahead and get into the financial stuff. So the account payable vouchers will need approved for the month of July. So 11/4/21 through 11/4/58.
Make a motion to approve the vouchers.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay?
Okay. Next thing is billing adjustments. This one was a little higher than normal. We had a couple people moving in and out, and so I had to go back and switch off dates and on dates between landlords and tenants. So that one's a little bit higher than normal, but all the paperwork's right here, so you guys can take a peek at it. If you wanna approve those.
Make a motion to approve the billing adjustments.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay?
I realized last month that I forgot to put this on the agenda, so I put it on here so we can approve them this one. The bank recs for April, you have them in front of you. Everything turned out at 0, which is what you want. So if you want to approve those.
Make a motion to approve bank recs.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay?
Okay. And the same for May. Everything came out and looks good. You want to approve those as well.
Make a motion to approve May's.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Carried.
Okay. Next thing is, I really honestly kind of put this on here for myself to remind myself if we have anybody coming from the audience to come up so that way they can be on the video and be heard. The next thing we have are the couple different APVs, 11/4/33, 11/4/32, 11/4/17, all to approve for mileage, credit card payment, and police for the gas for the police car. If you guys want to approve those.
Make a motion we approve the APVs.
I will second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Carried.
Okay. The next thing is not necessarily anything you guys have to approve, but I like to, every year when we do the annual insurance renewal for the town, I like to make sure that you guys get that and see that there's proof that the town has insurance and everything's good to go. So you don't need to approve anything on that, but that's just what your next 2 papers in your packet are, showing that the insurance is paid up. The next thing, I'm not sure which one you guys. Okay, so, the next thing we have is the IDEM report from, that we turn in a quarterly report to IDEM. This is the quarterly report we turned in, kind of saying where we're at, what's going on. So, like I said, I don't need approval on that, but I wanna make sure that you guys have a copy of it, should you want to dig into it further. So then, the clerk's office is a very, very busy place right now, so I kinda wanted to give you guys a rundown of the different things that we have going on right now. So right now, we're working on the budget for 2027. That's already started, got the first couple things ticked off for that. The next thing is the RD report. It's a really massive report and it takes a long time and a lot of financials and pulling information. So I say we, I mean I'm working on that. The Paisley report goes with LTAP, goes with the streets. That's one, it's not due until December, but I've got a head start on that one as well. Our water loss audit, IFA, I'm working with HWC on that because an engineering has to be a part of it, and they've done it the last couple of years, and we've worked with them on it the last couple of years. Lab engineering, it's gonna be this guy. Everything that's highlighted in yellow I have completed. So quite a bit, the things that are left are very time consuming. For example, I have to get all of the paperwork for the deeds, everything to do with the town, so I have an appointment Friday to go to the town office, the Montgomery County office, and work with somebody to get all that done. So we are making progress. Now it's just the very detail-oriented and thick stuff, so it's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're still making progress.
Do you need another day to look through anything, or do you need a second pair of hands for anything or is it all just stuff that has to go through the channels through?
Yeah, I think at this point, it's all just me getting it together and sending it her way and her letting me know, hey, we still need that for that.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you. And then the Muskie Financial, so Montgomery County scheduled their MUST meeting for the 26th. I'll be attending that. Board members are welcome to attend should they want to, 1 o'clock. Basically talking about our local income tax and what we are gonna be looking at in 2028. It's a lot. So the report you guys see in front of you is information I'm going to gather to the best of my ability to have turned into Montgomery County before the meeting. So that way they kind of have a more educated view on what New Richmond uses the local income tax for and why we really don't wanna see a decrease in our local income tax revenue. So that's all of that kind of information for that. And that meeting, I said, is August 26th. And hopefully there's a lot of support from the other towns and people go to that to show that it's a big thing.
I think they've got the day off, but I'll have to double check. My schedule is shifted, so I'll try to be there with you. That's not wrong.
I was gonna say Wednesday, but that could be wrong.
The 26th.
I got the CCR report completed and turned in. So you guys have a copy of that to look at as well. And then the SLFRF report is also completed and turned in. So we have a lot of things going on right now. So staying busy. I did that. I would like you guys to go ahead and vote to release the holiday and Christmas funds. I know it's a little early, but that way it's done and out of the way when you guys come to me and say, hey, let's get started.
Do we have a good number that we have to do, or is it just the account allowing
Yeah,
it
just-
to be open?
Just the account.
All right, I make a motion that we approve releasing the holiday funds.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay. Are you Halloween or am I?
Jevix.
What?
We did.
I didn't know if you were Halloween or fire.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I replied to Randy Prude about the dust control. I haven't heard back yet, so hopefully we'll get a quote and get that moving. HWC, I'm gonna have you guys sign off. I don't really need anybody to sign off on it, but I like to produce a signature on it saying that you're good to have HWC do the engineering side of the report that's due. And then the MUST meeting is 8/26 at 1. Like I said, you guys don't have to go, but I think it's a good thing should you be available.
Do you know how long it lasts?
I'm gonna guess a while. I don't
That's
know.
why people there and asking questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be
I think the last was an hour, just going through the slide deal.
yeah.
I'll try to get that.
All right. Our next town meeting is September 2nd. Do you guys have any questions?
I'm good.
All right, so we'll go ahead and open it up for public comment, and as a reminder for myself and everybody, if you have something to comment, just make sure you come up and say your name, so that way we can get it on camera and everybody can see it afterwards on our YouTube channel. Hmm?
So fumbling, so
You know, I try.
try our best personally.
Do you have any public comments?
Time is now, Kelly?
Yep. I have a couple of things I want to talk about real quickly here. Is this adequate?
Yeah, if you stand anywhere in front of the table, you'll be in
All right.
shot, yep.
First of all, I want to thank you all for making it possible for us to do the game day here. And I want to give you an update. It is really making a difference for people. I've had several people, one lady in particular told me she didn't even know how badly she needed this. So it's made a big difference, and I appreciate your help with that. The other thing, real quickly, for everybody, little 15-year-old John Winiger has started a business of his own. He went out and bought a pressure sprayer, and he's cleaning people's garbage cans for $20. So if anybody needs their garbage can cleaned, get a hold of John. He's a good kid.
Hey, to stop you right there, can we, say the name?
Kelly Martin, I didn't forget
Oh, I'm
about
sorry, I
that.
didn't
That's
hear
fine,
it.
that's
Thank
fine.
you. I'm sorry to be
Quite
that
all
way,
right, quite all
but.
right, yeah. And I'm glad you're doing that, I was gonna bring that up, so I appreciate that. Okay, so, many of you know I had a Facebook post about a water issue I was having in July. And I want to show you real quickly, this was the water I was getting out of my faucet. I have a whole house water filter backed up by a water softener. The water filters look like this when you start. They're good for 90 days or 12,000 gallons. I replaced the filter when we saw that we were having this issue. And then after 5 days, just 5 days, I had to go and replace it again because this is what it looked like. There was this much sediment in the bottom of the tank for the filter. So there was obviously an issue, something was wrong, something stirred up the sediment. And I don't understand, number one, why we have that much sediment, but I'd also like to know what caused this particular issue. I did call and I talked to Earl and asked him about it, and he said he didn't know and would look into it and get back to me, and I never have heard anything. So I think it's a real issue. I had other people get a hold of me who are reluctant to come forward and state that they have water like that all the time. At the time that this happened, I went to the 2 people on either side of my water meter, not my house, because my water meter is actually a block away. And they were having yellow water as well. So if we need to address this, but I also, as I said, would really like to have an idea of what caused this particular issue. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Kelly, I have a question.
Yeah.
What kind of pipes do you have into your house?
PVC, I believe.
Do
So
you
what
know
difference
how
does
long?
that make when the people on either side of me were having the same
I
problem?
was just curious if you
Yeah.
had new pipes in your house, or whether it was the old pipes, or,
I don't know when they were put in, but I can tell you coming into the wall, it's plastic.
okay,
They're
thank you.
coming into the wall.
Okay, thank you.
I
I was
We
just
wouldn't know
curious.
without digging up a
Right.
block,
Yeah,
and we're not good, and that also is why I buy the most expensive insurance, because if we ever have a problem between our house and the main,
mhm,
we're in trouble,
right,
yeah, with it being that far away.
okay. Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
No, that was just
Okay,
saying.
all right, thanks.
Dan?
I am Samuel Buckles. I am a part-time resident of New Richmond, and a part-time resident of Puerto Rico. I'm here representing Kelly, my 4 sisters, and others in this town who are experiencing the rusty water. And give you my background, I am retired from plant engineering at Eli Lilly and Company. My responsibilities were pumps, vacuum pumps, piping systems for the corporation. I was the corporate consultant on these issues, and I also taught classes at the University of Wisconsin, the International Pump Symposium in Nashville, Tennessee, and plants all over the world after I'd retired from Lilly. I was doing troubleshooting and what have you. And the problems with the water in this town are pretty simple to resolve, in my opinion, based on what I've been told, the way things have been described to me. The people that are having problems are off of major T's or at the ends of the mains. I had lunch with Pat Cunningham today. He's the one who designed the water mains in this town. And he said the mains are 8 inches diameter. 8 inches for a little town like Puerto Rico is a pretty good sized water line. But at the time that these mains were
We're in
designed and
Richmond, not Puerto
installed,
Rico.
New Richmond was a bustling town. We had grocery stores, we had barbershops, we had a doctor, we had all kinds of stuff going on in this town. And since that time, the town, rather than growing, has shrunk. So with an 8-inch water line and with only 300 and some odd people in this town using water, there's not much turbulence in those 8-inch lines at all. And the reason people on the ends have got problems and off of the T's have got problems is because, which I could explain to you, but it's because of the lack of turbulence. And when a T comes off of a water line, the solids, the floating solids, don't make the turn when there's a draw. So people like me will get good clean water. But on downstream, those solids and undissolved particles will go past that T. And they start building up at the tail ends of these main lines. And finally, you'll get this much buildup to where that T comes off of the line. And then we've got people like Kelly and my sisters who are going to get orange water. And I've been told there are other people who have also experienced this problem. There's a simple cure: flush the lines. The lines must be flushed. And when we don't have that amount of usage and we don't have that much turbulence, these undissolved solids will settle in the bottoms of these big lines. And you got
Sam,
8
I don't mean to
inches
cut
and
you
you've
off.
got
I don't mean to
sludge.
cut you off, but we only give 2 minutes per comment, so you got about 20 seconds to
Okay,
wrap up.
okay. So the bottom line is these lines need flushed. And they need flushed probably more often than once a year. And the orange water tells me that we need to flush them now,
Okay,
immediately.
thank you.
And I also, when I talked to Idem, I told him that I would like to be supervising the flushing of the lines to make sure they're done properly. I know how that's done, and I want to make sure it is done. I'm
Who did you
hearing
talk-
from these
Who did you
people
talk to at IDEM?
that they're not getting flushed.
Who did you talk to at IDEM when you called and asked that?
Yes, I did talk to Idem, and I sent a formal complaint in writing,
Who did you talk to?
and I don't remember the gentleman's
Okay,
name.
thank you.
All right,
Sam Hart?
What's his name?
Sam Hart?
Yeah, Sam Hart.
Thank you.
all right, thank you,
Thank
Sam.
Earl, how often do we flush?
I just flushed, I don't know, a week ago, cause I talked to Sam Hart after, she had, Mrs. Martin had called. And I ran 35,000 gallon out that night. I flush them at night so it has time to settle down. But, you know,
And when
yes,
did you
and
flush
we'll
them?
do it again. And we may have to take her meter up and flush it out. I don't know what her line is from the meter pit to the house. If it's an old galvanized pipe, all the flushing in the world's not gonna fix that. It just has to be replaced, so. I mean,
Do you know how long it had been since you flushed it the last time?
No, not off the top of my head, no.
Could you
How many
find-
places have you flushed?
they all get flushed. I've been doing it during the middle of the night.
Do you document it? Do you have any
Yeah, I jot it
documentation?
down on my report, so.
So, do you open each hydrant? I don't know how flushing works.
Yeah, the hydrants, yeah.
We need to,
Okay, we never see water.
we're gonna have more comments, need to come up
When
with
we see water,
So.
Well, in an hour or so in the middle of the night, when it's hot like this, you'll never see it again, so it's, but yeah, I just been doing it at night, so it doesn't stir everything, cause anytime you're in a hydrant, whether it's me, the fire department, or anybody, you're gonna stir things up, I don't care how good your filter system is.
yeah.
I can do it during the day so everybody can see, but I don't wanna hear any complaints. I don't have a problem with doing it during the day, but you're not gonna like it.
And if you wanna, Mr. Buckles, if you wanna flush hydrants, I'll be more than happy to come with Earl at 1 AM tomorrow night and we can do it.
But
They used to tell
What,
us,
what was I asked?
if you
Thank
wanna,
you.
Go with him.
Any more public comment?
Welcome to do 1 AM
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, I'd like to do it.
no, I ain't doing it tomorrow night for you at 1 AM.
Is there any other
Yeah,
public
that's
comment?
fine.
We're gonna move on from this and we can back move afterwards.
Any more public
Any other?
comment?
I got a little comment real
Thank
quick.
you.
It's not on the subject of water.
Okay.
I thought we'd be remiss, I've been, town attorney for over 10 years and I just wanted to say that I wanted to acknowledge the passing of Daryl Burge. Daryl, you know, he attended meetings, you know, he was at probably, he was here more frequently than I was probably. I mean, he probably made 80% of the meetings. And he would periodically challenge the board, and he would periodically challenge me. But I think that's a good American right there who's got his opinions and he stood up for them. And he cared about this town, and he cared about this community. And like I said, we didn't always see eye to eye, but I definitely respected him for coming and having his say at these meetings. And so I just know he cared for the community, and I just wanted to acknowledge his passing over the weekend. I know we've had challenges with Daryl before, and sometimes good, sometimes bad, but, you know.
You always look forward to it, though.
I always did, I actually did. We had good banter, and, in the end, he always did what he thought was right, and stood up for what he thought was right, so I thought I'd recognize him.
Thank you so much.
I have a comment.
What
You might
got?
be coming up to speak for the, and state your name, please.
Teresa Gaylor, and that mess going out of town in that lady's yard and over the sidewalk. Can't we do anything about her covering up the sidewalk and the
Oh,
wheelchair?
sorry, I was
ramp
trying to
into
figure out
that?
where you were. I got you now.
Down on the left down here.
Yeah.
We talked about that last time. I was gonna get her.
Well, so the one that we talked about last time was the covered area,
Right.
on downtown.
This is
She's
the-
speaking of somebody a little bit further.
Oh,
The one that's got the gates, right?
Yes,
And
the,
plants over the sidewalk.
Maybe Sarah can give me a list of some, of the names, and then we can reach
Yeah.
out to them.
it's, Ratcliffe's had to
Yeah.
put up a fence, just,
To,
He just can't figure out.
It's on the other, it's on the, north side, girl, rat
well,
house.
and I guess this
Across the
lady,
street, down a tad
this
bit
lady
from the
started
restaurant.
Right.
putting
If Sarah
her,
could email me the
litter
names and
box
addresses
stuff
and
right
maybe
next
what
to
their
their fence.
violations would be, I could definitely send a letter.
So, can I ask a question?
Yes,
So, your main concern is the sidewalk and access? I just wanna,
yes, yes.
I mean,
I
Thank
mean,
you.
we paid for those,
right.
wheelchair ramps, and she's got all of that covered.
Yes.
Okay,
So that's
thank you.
We are working on it.
Working on it, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
After a flush.
We're gonna close this part of the meeting and,
I would allow.
all those in favor say aye.
I tried.
Aye. Opposed, nay?